Good morning, second graders. Before we continue, let's greet each other like we always do. Hello, scholars. Hello, hello, it's so very good to see you. Hello, hello, how are you today? Hello, hello, it's so very good to see you. Hello, hello, time to sing and play. It's so good to be with you guys once again. I'm so thankful that we get to spend this time together. Before we continue, I just want to say that my heart is with you and your families as we're going through this difficult time and as we're cooped up and as we're going through all this difficult stuff. But I'm just so thankful that in the midst of that, we get to continue learning about music together and we get to spend time together, even though it's not in person, which I much prefer. But anyways, with that being said, let's get started. Okay, let's get started by warming up our bodies and our brains just like normal. So if you're sitting down, gotta stand on up. Let's begin. Sort of a big stretch. Move your shoulders forward a couple times. Rolling back. Wiggle your wrists, get out any kinks, wiggle your fingers. Reach up to the ceiling if you can. Reach down to your toes. Feel the stretch in the back of your legs, and then slowly stand up. Not too quickly. Then when your neck gets to the top, just roll it around nice and slow in one direction. Switch. Take a deep breath in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Everybody should be in our regular zero position and mirror me. Please take a seat. We are going to warm up our bodies and our brains in a slightly different way today. I don't really know what to call this. I'm going to call it Zumba rhythm because that's the only thing I can think of. Essentially, what's going to happen is that there is going to be a rhythm written on your screen, and we are going to have to follow along to the beat of the music, and we're going to have to show it somewhere in our body as well as speaking it out loud. So here's an example. This is the beat, and we can hear the steady rhythm. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the rhythm I want you to copy. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. And then it moves on to another rhythm, which we see is ti, 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 ta, ta. We are going to see 4 different rhythms that you will copy after me. And we are going to repeat them a couple of times, and it's going to get faster and faster as we go along. You guys will catch on very quickly because it's not super complex, and these are all rhythms that we already are super familiar with. When it comes to showing the rhythm in your body, You can do it anyway. I'm going to just sort of hop in place, but you can tap your toes, you can clap it, you can move it around different parts of your body as long as you are up and you are moving about. You also must speak the rhythm at the same time, just like I did. So, let's start at the beginning. Here we go. And right now, as you can see, we have 4 bars of rest. So we're gonna wait until the green playhead gets to measure 5. 1, 2, copy after me. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta, ta. Tiki, tiki, ta, tiki, tiki, ta. Tiki, 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 tiki. Now this beat speeds up. Here's where it is now. It'll be the same 4 rhythms. 1, 2, ready, and ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta, ta. Tiki, tiki, ta. Tiki, tiki, ta. Ti, ti, tiki, tiki, ti, ti, tiki, tiki. We're gonna speed up again. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta, ta. Tiki, tiki, ta. Tiki, tiki, ta. Tiki, 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 tiki. And one more time, let's speed it up one final time. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and ta, ta, ti, ti, ta. Ti, 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 ta, ta. Tiki, tiki, ta, tiki, tiki, ta. Ti, ti, tiki, tiki, ti, ti, tiki, tiki. And you all did a great job, fantastic. We are done with our rhythm Zumba or Zumba rhythm. I don't really know what to call it. We're done with that for this week, but next week that we have class, it'll be an entirely new set of rhythms, and it will get more and more complex as we go along. Awesome job. Let's move on to our next thing. Okay, so my first and second graders, today we are actually going to be working on the same thing. The last couple of weeks, if you guys remember a few weeks ago, we were working on playing a certain piece of music on our glockenspiels. And we had to talk about a couple of things before we got to even playing them. We had to talk about note names. We had to talk about how to know what the names of each of our keys are on the glockenspiel and anything that looks like it, like a piano. We also got the opportunity to see the music written out like this on a 5-line staff, and I gave you the names of the notes, and we didn't really talk about how this works. So today is going to be all about how this works, how we know what, the note names based on this random group of 5 lines, and then this squiggly thing over here. And then you guys are going to put that into practice. So, to start, these 5 lines are our staff. And then this thing over here is called a clef. Specifically, if you see something that looks like this, it's called a treble clef. And if you just see the 5 lines all by themselves, they don't really mean anything. But when you put a treble clef on it, then all of a sudden the lines and the spaces in between them have meaning. Now, when I say they have meaning, we're going to be able to add our note names, all of the letters of our musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And in order to understand this, I'm actually going to have you pause in our video right now, and I want you to go to another YouTube video that I'm going to link for you guys below in the video description. So look for the link below, click on it, watch through the whole video. It's going to explain exactly what letters are on each of these lines. and then we're going to talk about a few things before we play a game. Okay, with that, please pause and come back in a second. After watching that video, hopefully you have some better understanding about how the lines and the spaces in between them work for our staff. Now, before we move on, he had a really good point. He had a really good helpful tip when it comes to remembering the notes that fall on top of lines. You can use different rhymes or things called acronyms. So I wanted to give you a couple of others because the one he used is not the most common one. When it comes to the lines and the notes that fall on them, I'm just going to write them out right here. So we have E, G, B, D, F. A couple of you probably already have some acronyms or different rhymes that you can use to remember this order from bottom to the top. The common ones that you might know of are every good boy does fine, every good boy deserves fudge, every good burger deserves fries. I do like that one because I love fries. How about this? Elephants go bouncing down freeways. I don't know why I love that one so much, but that's the one I learned when I was your age, and I've never forgotten it. So you get to come up with whichever one that will help you to remember this order, or you can use any of the ones that I just gave you or the one that the guy in the video gave you. The last thing that I want to show you guys before we move on to our game is we have these notes on the lines, but there's also two that you might be familiar with that go actually underneath the staff, and we used some of them for our song Verjaca when we were playing it on the Glockenspiel. So I'm going to write them down over here. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. I'm just going to write it brand new for you guys. Okay, I've written out a brand new stat for us, okay? Now, we're actually going to talk about notes that can fall below the staff. Technically, if a note falls below here, like this, just below the line, that's a D. Technically, this is a space because we have a bunch of imaginary lines that we can use called ledger lines. If we imagine we could add lines besides the 5 of our staff like this. Here's an imaginary one. And then we can even add them up at the top. But for now, we'll just write one here. You see how there's a brand new space below the staff? So if a note falls right here, this is a D. And then actually the most commonly recognized note is one right here. This is our C. You guys will remember this from playing Verjaca, okay? And the way we can tell it's a C is that it's below the staff, and then we basically take that imaginary line and we just write a version of it through our note. So then that way we can tell that this is a C. So in our game, in just a few moments, we're going to be using, it depends on how far you get. You're going to be using all of the lines and the spaces on the staff, as well as D and then C below the staff. Okay, so now to our game. We are all going to play a game called Treble Cat. And some of you, especially some of my second graders, you guys will already know about this game. And we played a little bit of it last year. So in case you haven't, you can go onto the App Store. If you're using your LAUSD iPad, then you can go and download this app. I want you to download the version that says Treble Cat Lite. And treble is spelled T-R-E-B-L-E. So Treble, treble cat light. And when you download it, you should get something that looks a little bit like this. There's an older version that you might end up having that looks a little bit different. Here's the new version, and then here's the old version. Both of them are pretty much exactly the same. So when you get this game, it starts off with the main menu like this, and I'm just gonna walk through how you play. There's 10 different levels, and there's 2 different stages in this. And the first stage is a little easier, and then it gets harder and harder through all 10 levels. So if I play level 1, it's gonna ask me to collect certain notes on our staff. So it says collect every C, and you'll notice that whenever they introduce a new note during a level, they will, the first time you play a level with it, they'll give you the letter name, but then they start taking those away, so it becomes a little trickier. To collect a note, you actually have to tap on it like this. That's an F, so we don't want to collect that. We don't want to collect D. You don't want to collect a G. No C's, my goodness. And I can't believe we're about to have this happen. That we're probably, oh, there's our first C. And it happened right at the end of our round. Okay, so I didn't make any mistakes. I didn't collect any wrong notes. And then I didn't let any C's pass by. If any of those things happen, that counts as an error. And then you get stars taken away, or you might even have to redo the level. So let's move on to our second level as one more example. It says collect every C and every D. And if you go up here, there's this button right here. This is a settings button. And say it's going too slow for you. If you want to speed up how fast the notes move, then you can switch it. Left is slow, right is fast. So I'm going to make it fast now. And we're going to press play and see how it goes. So collect every C and every D. See how the notes are moving quicker across the screen? Okay, here's D. And then C, they've taken away the letter, so we have to remember what it looks like. To show you what an error looks like, I'm gonna let this C pass all the way through. You see how it turned red at the end, and now my bar is down. That means that I have an error. Say I accidentally pressed the wrong note, like this E. You see how that's red, and then now my health goes down? If I let one more C pass, that was 3 errors, and I have to try again. So that's how the game works. I would like you to get through all 10 levels in the next couple of days, if possible. Some of you are going to get through it really quickly, but if this is the first time you're ever using notes on the staff like this, it's okay if it takes a little bit of getting used to. If you need to go back and rewatch the video, if you need to go back and review the acronyms in order to remember where notes fall on our staff, do whatever you need to do. Oh yeah, it's a really fun game. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you everybody for tuning into our first sort of online recorded music lesson. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day and a great week. And with that, we can all say goodbye, scholars. I'll see you next time.